lines of Austria to the modern streets of Mexico. To understand this, we have to go back to the year 1601 in the village of Hallstatt, Austria. There was a rebellion. The local salt miners stood up against the Catholic Church. The response was a brutal purge led by papal troops. The uprising was crushed, but unlike other massacres in history, the church didn't simply bury the dead. They kept them, and reports from the time indicate that remains of the miners, especially the younger ones, were separated and treated with a level of care that looks less like a funeral and more like a scientific process. Today, if you visit the Hallstatt Bone House, you will see over 1,200 skulls. Over 600 of them are painted with intricate floral designs. The official story is that they ran out of room in the graveyard, but look closer, these skulls weren't just stored, they were tagged. In the world of necromancy, these paintings act as spiritual seals, binding the essence of the persons to the physical bone. This process followed a strict scientific ritual. First, the bones were stripped of flesh, not by undertakers, but by priests and monks. Then they were bleached. This wasn't just to make them white. They were placed in the sun and moonlight for weeks. This exposure to lunar radiation was the first step in charging the bones. Finally, the floral seals were applied to lock the energy in. The report indicates these bones were often wrapped in metaphysical metals and copper and gold, and paired with stones like quartz. The metal acts as a conductor to draw the energy out, while the stones act as insulators. This creates a shadow battery of sorts, capable of powering the church's invisible influences across the globe, hence prana, energy. But these rituals didn't stay in Europe. As the papal armies and Jesuit missions moved into the New World, they brought this necromantic science with them. This is where we see the direct link to the massive death cults that exist today in countries where the Catholic religion is most dominant. Look at the worship of Santa Muerte, the saint of death, or Santa Marta, the dominator. These are not just folk traditions. They use the same decorated skulls and the same candles and the same rituals found at the Hallstatt vaults and Catholic churches across the realm. These cults serve as the modern user interface for the energy grid. The people pray to the bones, unknowingly feeding their own energy back into a global network of death magic.